Now, we are all anxiously awaiting Venom Let There Be Carnage, with fans pretty excited to see Venom take on Carnage and Screech in the upcoming Sony Pictures sequel. Now, Eddie Brock himself, Tom Hardy, has started to tease a little bit about a third Venom movie and what might be in store for us. Could we finally see that Spider-Man Venom face-off? Let's talk about it. Now, before we dive in, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button and ring the bell for all the updates. Also, don't forget about the big giveaway. We got a PlayStation 5 to give away at 25,000 subscribers. All you have to do to get in on the giveaway is be a subscriber and leave a comment. And while you're at it, check out the Buy Me a Coffee link down below. It's a great way to support this channel with a tiny bit of pocket change, all while not creating any reoccurring obligation for yourself. We really appreciate it. Well, as it stands right now, Venom Let There Be Carnage is supposed to drop in theaters next month. And as we all know, and the title suggests, Eddie Brock will be taking on Cletus Kasady, aka Carnage. Now, this is something fans have wanted to see for a super duper long time, but quite honestly, there's another face-off with Venom they are much more keen to see brought to the big screen properly. Now, Spider-Man took on Venom in the very disappointing 2007 Spider-Man 3, and it really didn't give fans what they want. As many of you know, Sony and Marvel have a pretty special agreement when dealing with Peter Parker's Spider-Man, and as of today, that role is held by Tom Holland. It still remains fairly unclear the likelihood of an MCU and Sony Pictures team-up between Spider-Man and Venom. Now recently, Tom Hardy actually caught up with Esquire, and they talked to him a little bit about the role of Venom and asked what's next for the franchise. During that discussion, he made it pretty darn clear something is going on with Sony Pictures. He said, "I'm thinking about the third movie as well, because I think you need to write that at the same time. A third one won't be greenlit until the second one is successful, but the studio was really pleased with number 2. This discussion eventually led them to talking if Spider-Man and Venom could ever meet on the big screen, and what he said was kind of interesting. He said, "I would be remiss if I wasn't trying to steer any kind of connection. I wouldn't be doing the job if I wasn't awake and open to any opportunity or eventuality or be excited by that. Obviously, that's a large canyon to leap, to be bridged by one person alone, and it would take a much higher level of diplomacy and intelligence, sitting down and talking, to take on an arena such as that. Should both sides be willing, and it would be beneficial to both sides, I don't see why it couldn't be done. I hope, and strongly with both hands, push eagerly towards the potential and would do anything to make it happen, within what's right in business. But it would be foolish to not head towards the Olympic Games if you are running 100 meters, so yeah, I want to play on that field." Now clearly, Tom Hardy has a ton going on in his own head about this potential team-up, and I love the fact he is so invested in Eddie Brock. A third movie featuring not just Eddie Brock's Venom, but Carnage, Shriek, a whole series of other symbiotes, and Spider-Man could be quite the dream come true for many fans, and it's clear to me Tom Hardy is all in. Like with many other heroes, this is how things get done. A great example would be Ryan Reynolds in Deadpool. The Deadpool movie would have never happened if that leak of the Deadpool footage didn't get out there, which many attribute to Reynolds himself. His enthusiasm for the character keeps him on the forefront of social media, this drives fan interest, and that's what makes studios make the decisions that we want them to make. In any case, I would love to see Eddie Brock and Peter Parker team up in a movie that really worked and was done very well, and it would be curious to see how Sony and Marvel work together on this kind of project. But until we get some more news, we'll have to leave it up in the air. What do you guys think? Do you want to see Eddie Brock and Peter Parker team up in the third Venom movie? And does this need to be an oppositional relationship, or maybe form some kind of temporary friendship, or maybe form some temporary friendship and alliance? Sound off in the comments below. If you like this video, make sure you press like, click subscribe, and if you don't ring that bell, you ain't getting any updates. Peace.